So we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
You're planning a massive AV install, maybe a university lecture hall or a big corporate headquarters, and you have this perfect 4K video source sitting in a nice, neat rack.
And the problem is the screen and the projector is, what, 300 feet away on the other side of the building?
Exactly. And you know right away, your standard copper HDMI cable is not going to make that run, not without a lot of help.
Yeah, that's usually where things start to get complicated and expensive. You're suddenly looking at booster systems or maybe even running fiber.
Which, you know, brings its own set of headaches.
Big headaches.
So today we're doing a deep dive on a solution that kind of slots right into a modular workflow. We're looking at the Kramer DTA XR-OUT2-F16.
Okay.
It's a 2-channel output card, and it's designed specifically for their VS1616 series matrix switchers.
And the key thing here, the reason we're talking about it, is that it leans completely on HDBaseT technology.
Right.
So it bypasses all those normal cable limitations by just using twin-to-pair cable. You know, with the standard RJ45 connectors everyone has.
So you're basically using network cables to push high-end video.
You are. And that simplifies the actual physical job of pulling cable through a building immensely.
Okay, but let's talk about the specs, because there's always a trade-off with distance. The sheet says it can push 4K at 60 Hz up to 100 meters.
It can, but it specifies 4.2.0 color sampling. And that's the important distinction.
Ah, okay, so what does that actually mean?
Well, to get that much data, we're talking up to 10.2 gigabits per second down a twisted pair cable. For that distance, you have to compress the color information just a little.
You're not losing resolution, though.
No, not at all. The resolution is still 4K, but you are using what's called chroma subsampling.
So for, say, a PowerPoint slide or a spreadsheet in that lecture hall, the human eye is never going to notice the difference.
Almost certainly not. But in exchange, you get the ability to run that signal 328 feet with no repeaters, no boosters, just one cable.
And it gets even crazier if you don't need 4K, right?
It does. If you drop the resolution down to, say, 1080p, the card can shift into what they call ultra mode.
And that extends the range to 180 meters.
That's nearly 600 feet.
600 feet.
Yeah.
That's massive. You could have the main equipment rack in the basement and the display on the top floor.
It totally decouples the equipment from the room. All the noisy, heat-generating gear can stay in a proper, climate-controlled server room, completely out of the way.
Which brings up another point, this whole single cable idea. It's not just a video pipe we're talking about.
No, not at all. Convergence is really the big selling point here.
So what else is running down that line?
Along with the video, you're also pushing bidirectional Ethernet, RS-232, and infrared signals, all at the same time.
The RS-232 is huge for integrating with older gear. You know, you have a brand new projector, but you still need to tell the screen to drop.
Exactly. Instead of pulling a whole separate control line for that, it's just riding along with the video on the HDBaseT signal.
And the Ethernet.
You get a 100 megabit per second channel. So you can push firmware updates to that projector or even give it a LANing connection for streaming.
Wow. All without pulling a second SAT cable. That really cleans up the install.
It does.
Okay, let's talk about audio, because in these big venues, the sound isn't coming from the projector speakers. It's going to the main PA system.
Right, and that's where the selectable embedded or de-embedded analog audio feature comes in. The card has a 16-pin terminal block right on it.
Wait, so I can strip the audio out right at the rack before it even gets sent?
You can de-embed it before it ever leaves the closet. The video signal travels the full 100 meters to the screen.
But the audio can go straight from that card into my amplifier right there in the rack.
Exactly. It gives the integrator total control over the audio path without needing any external audio extractor boxes.
So this Kramer card, it's really a consolidation engine. It takes all the messy parts of a long-distance AV run and just packs them into one neat little card.
It turns what could be a really complex wiring diagram into basically a single cable run.
It's impressive.
It is. But you know, thinking about this technology, where we can so easily hide the brains of a system 600 feet away,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder about the future of building design itself.
How do you mean?
Well, if the distance limit for technology effectively vanishes like this, are we maybe moving toward a black box architecture for our buildings? A future where the only tech you ever actually see in a room is just the screen on the wall.
And everything else is invisible, hidden away in a central core somewhere. The end of the local equipment rack or the credenza.
Could be. We might be seeing the very beginning of the truly invaluable smart building.
That is definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll catch you on the next one.